All right, guys. So today we're going to be touching on crypto user engagement marketing. This is a very requested video. We're going to take some time today to touch on the different aspects of this, what omni-channel marketing looks like, and let's dive in. Alright guys, so today we're talking on crypto user engagement marketing. We're going to be giving away $2,000 worth of free value at the end of this video, so make sure to stick around to the end. Let's dive in. Alright, so if you don't already know who I am, my name is Tyler. I'm the founder of Omni Agency. We specialize in all things crypto community management, community nurturement, community growth. We've worked on numerous crypto projects in the space. If you haven't already checked out our website, please make sure to do so at omniagency.ca and take a look at some of the works that we've done. To dive right in, on the agenda today, we're going to be touching on defining user engagement. We're going to be touching on omni-channel marketing, nurturing new audience members, generating touch points with those audience members, audience or customer drop-off, recognizing and including outstanding community members, and then community engagement strategies to keep them more involved within your ecosystem of community that you're trying to build. Starting with defining user engagement. For me, this is people that are very actively involved in the community and or are users of your product and service. We want to be speaking of today the people that are involved in your community and how active they are within your community. One thing to recognize is that depending on your business, you might be operating on multiple social channels. This could include everything from Twitter to Instagram to TikTok to email marketing to mass push notifications, all these different touching points that you can generate with your community. Make sure not to neglect the different channels and touching points. The more touching points you can get with your audience, the better, which is one of my talking points here, which I'll bump up right now, is on generating touching points with your audience. So what does this look like? On Twitter, this looks like putting out content and doing everything in your power, both on the organic and the paid side of things, to make sure that your interested community members are seeing that content. And the content is objective orientated. You're not just putting out social content because you want to stay active with your feed. You're focusing on what do we need? Where's our weakness? Is there a high educational barrier to entry within our organization? I need to be putting out educational content and maybe even incentivizing that content if it takes a lot to digest. If you have to read our white paper, how can we get people to read this white paper? On the email side of things, same thing. Are you putting out emails? Are you putting out newsletters? Are you putting out blogs? How can you get people to read those? How can you get in front of your audience and keep them updated with the progress of your organization? Build that hype, build that FOMO, and hopefully nurture out brand advocates. If you're an app, what are you doing on the push notification side of things? When you have a new user download your app, are you sending them a push notification? Are they getting into an email series flow to nurture that audience community members? These are all things that you need to be thinking of. Where do we have contact information for our audience? And what are we doing on that specific platform to nurture that audience member through touching points? What are the objectives behind these touching points? The next thing here, which is a perfect segue from what we were just talking about, is nurturing new audience members. It is, and I forget the exact numbers behind this, but it's something like 15 times more expensive to create a new customer than to convert an existing customer. And in my mind, this same rule of thumb applies to community growth and community conversions. If you're bringing in a new community member, you want to make sure that you are nurturing that new audience member. Whether that's on Twitter, you're sending them a DM, thanking them for joining the community and making sure that they get whatever educational resources or free resources that they need so that they can integrate within that community. If they're joining your Discord, do you have a welcome new users flow in place? Are you sending them a DM through a bot and giving them a breakdown as to their existing community, how they can get involved, and how you want to incentivize them to get as involved as possible? Are they a new app user? What does your email flow look like? Are you giving them touching points over the next 2 weeks to try and keep user retention up? These are, again, all things that you need to be asking yourselves. Typically, nurturing a new audience member flow across the different platforms, you want to be generating 3 to 5 touching points over a period of time, maybe within 1 to 2 weeks. And our process that we look for is how can we incentivize the user to come back and use or engage or participate in some capacity, and then how can we also in that same first touching point give them education. The second touching point is around incentivizing them to come back again. The third touching point is around call to actions on participating deeper or further in the community, giving them education, and then again trying to push that incentive to get them to come back as well. Customer or audience drop off. if you find that you're churning a lot of your audience members, if you're bringing in Discord members but there's no active Discord members, you really need to sit down and scrutinize what your community management and moderation strategy looks like. If people don't have a reason to stay within your community, continue using your application, they're not going to. It's as simple as that. No matter how much you're spending on marketing, you need to make sure that you're doing something to keep them involved in the platform that you're bringing them to. If you're seeing drop off, this needs to be addressed. You need to diagnose why is this happening and where can we solve this problem, or else you're going to be hemorrhaging money, investing and bringing people in, and then just losing them on the back end. The next thing here is recognizing outstanding community members. You're going to have some brand advocates. All companies should shoot to develop brand advocates. As you're building out these brand advocates, you're going to see them popping up here and there. Maybe they're leaving a lot of replies to your content. They're actively participating in Discord. They've been involved in every single competition. Their referral code has 20 invites. These are things that you need to recognize as signals that, hey, this person's a brand advocate. You need to take note of this individual somewhere in a database, wherever it may be, and you need to make sure that you are engaging with this individual and you're recognizing these people within your community as being outstanding community members, model community members, and giving them an incentive, a reward, a prize, so that the other people in your community are seeing, oh, they're giving away stuff for people that are active. They care about their audience. And not only that, I want what this person just got. Let me get more active. This is small, but oftentimes the value that comes from this is profound. And then lastly here, community engagement strategies. How can you keep them involved? So I've just touched on this in my last video, what community engagement looks like, and breaking that down into the specific tactics and the ways in which to run those tactics. I'll touch on the tactics on a high level during this conversation today. So when it comes to community engagement strategies, there's a couple of different pillars. One is, as I was just mentioning, recognizing community members, building out that brand advocate list. The second one is nurturing new community members when they come inbound. Once they're inbound, they're already on your social channel. What are you doing to give back to your audience, to give them a voice, to get them to participate in polls? What competitions are you rolling out to them? What giveaways? How are you giving them things and reasons to interact with one another? Are you doing AMAs, Twitter Spaces? These are different tactics and things that you need to think about that are going to keep your audience more involved. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that we're giving away $2,000 worth of free value. There's a description, a link in this description, where if you enter it, it's a Google form, you'll be entered automatically into a competition that ends on September 31st. Whoever wins the competition will win a $2,000 audit with Omni Agency, where we're sitting down with them and their business partners, their marketing partners, whoever it may be. We're scrutinizing what their current community management, community nurturement strategy looks like. We're building a framework and a foundation for them, and then we're pushing them off in the right direction. There's tons and tons of value that comes from this. We literally help companies go from 0 to 100,000 followers in 3 months time. We help drive 5,000 conversions and giveaway pushes and nurture a 20-30% retention rate on those conversions of users. We have a lot of value to provide. Make sure that if you are anyone that's interested in growing a crypto community, you are filling out that form and you're participating. Lastly, guys, if you got any free value from this, if you found that this was helpful, leave me a comment below and let me know what videos you want to see next. I'm trying to create content more tailored to our audience and listen to you guys as best as I possibly can. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'm going to be putting out videos like this, 12 videos on a monthly basis, so you do not want to miss the value that's coming from Omni Agency and our community and our crypto business. Thanks, guys, so much.